The merit of this week's Dvar Torah, we're dedicating for the Refuah Shalema, for the speedy recovery of Mr. Jerry Simmons. He's helped us so much out in the past. Hashem should give him much health, and him and his wife should see much nachas from all those around them. This Shabbos, Parshat Bamidbar, is interesting in a number of counts. Firstly, every single year in and year out, Parshat Bamidbar is the Shabbos which precedes the Yom Tov of Shavuos. Only Parshat Bamidbar, the Shabbos which immediately precedes it. Some call the Shabbos of Parshat Bamidbar Shabbos Kala. Amongst a lot of the Sephardi communities, they have a Shabbos afternoon. It was known that the Rav would get up and darshan towards the Yom Tov of Shavuos, and in Yonei Torah, certain topics to show the splendor and the beauty of the Torah itself. It was called Shabbos Kala. And furthermore, to make Shabbos Bamidbar, the Parsha preceding Shavuos, even more interesting, is Tshuvas. Amongst them, the Radomski Rebbe. He says it's an inyan to be mishtadel, to work on ourselves more in the midst of V'ahavta l'recha kamocha. So we can understand a little bit of these concepts, but what's special about this Shabbos? Parshat Bamidbar, that precedes the Yom Tov of Shavuos. If you notice, you can look at yourselves when you look through the Haftarahs of all this week's Parshas. So every week, there's variations. It says, Kan maschilu masvardim, Kan mesaimim minik Chabad, here are the Teimonim, here are the Ashkenazim. There's always a difference somewhere. Either we start a little bit differently, we end a little bit earlier, a little bit longer. There's one Parsha which works according to everybody, how we start and how we finish. And that's Parshat Bamidbar. And to teach us is that the only way possible to accept the Torah properly is K'ish echad b'lev echad. But when it comes to Parshat Bamidbar, we show HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we're really all one. It's all one, it's all us, forging together. It's a Shabbos of Achdus, because that's what's necessary in order to proceed, to accept the Torah, to approach the Yom Tov, the holiday of Shavuos, the way we need it to be. But I think it's one step further. Parshat Bamidbar, which starts Sefer Bamidbar, is Klal Yisrael throughout the desert, as the word Midbar means. And we know Har Sinai, the Torah had to be given Har Sinai, which was in the Midbar. As the Gemara in the Dharma says, the only way to accept the Torah and to let the Torah permeate your being, you have to make yourself like a Midbar, like a desert. What does that mean? That means, simply put, is that you have to realize to clear out all of our other feelings, all of our other perhaps agendas, and how we think this way and we feel that way, and this is the way it should be, this is the way it shouldn't have been. And we clear that all away and we say we have one directive, and that's to live with the service and the purpose of helping ourselves by appreciating HaKadosh Baruch Hu, by appreciating God. And that's what a desert is. It's devoid of everything except for what was placed there, which was the Torah. But more importantly, you have to make yourself that you bend a little bit. You realize that's not all about you. When you're in a desert, there's nothing else there. It's not comfortable. You give of yourself for the sake of a greater good. That's what Har Sinai. It's being humble. It's being subservient. It's realizing our position in life. That's true anivus. And I think it all works all well together. As we realize that the only way to appreciate the Torah, we have to allow ourselves to serve the Torah, which is to let the Torah come to us. If we think of ourselves as, I'm someone important, I have my opinion, now let me hear the Torah's opinion, then the Torah is never going to be part of us. However, if we realize that we're nothing compared to what Hashem wants, and the Torah is here to guide us, then the Torah becomes part of us. But Midbar tells us, in the Midbar and in the Parsha Bamidbar, in order to forge together, it has to be V'ahavta l're'acha kamocha. You be selfless towards others, accept everybody, and they'll accept you. And then that's how you have one perfect circle of an achdus, of a K'ish echad b'lev echad. We're all in it together. When we're all in it together in a Midbar-like atmosphere, accepting the Torah that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us, we'll appreciate the Parsha that always precedes the Yom Tov of Shavuos, and we'll be able to accept the Torah the way we should be. Have a wonderful Shabbos.